Hello, I'm Ann Montgomery. Today we're going to talk about table napkins and the variety of ways that you can fix those to make your table look interesting. We have worked with that with the cooking camp a number of summers and they have absolutely loved it. So Jane thinks that this will be fun for you all to do around your table. There are many ways to do napkin folding, and we are going to try a variety of several different kinds. The first one we're going to talk about is just the basic, easiest napkin arranging of all. Take any napkin and play with a lot of different varieties of napkins, the different colors, the different fabric, because that will make them all do differently. You'll just have to experiment and see. And this is a wonderful thing for kids to do with you. They love doing this kind of thing. Start with a napkin and have it totally spread out and pick it up in the center like this. Shake it out. Fold it slightly like this. And then stick it down in your goblet. And then take the folds and arrange them so they're very attractive looking. You can do this in stemmed goblets, or you can do it in just plain glasses. I'll show you another one in a different color, a different fabric. Start with it spread out, take it in the center, shake it out, fold it so it will go into the glass. Stick it in, and then playing with the napkins and arranging them is the key to it. You can make them so much prettier and fuller and looking nicer when you have played with them a little. So those are two basic arrangements that are really simple to do. This next napkin fold is called the rose. You start with a square napkin, and then you begin by using the point toward you and fold it to the center. Then you take the top point and bring it to the center also. That's fold number one. Start with the side next to you and fold it again to the center. And do the same with the top fold. That's fold number two. Then fold the bottom one again to the center. And again the top. That's fold number three. And then fold them together, which is fold number four. At that point, take one end and turn it to a right angle and start to roll up from that end into a tight spiral. Sometimes it's hard to hold. It depends on your napkin and the fabric that it's made out of, how difficult this is to do without having it unwind. You just have to keep working with it. And if it doesn't work the first time, just start again. This one I've done numerous times, believe me. Just keep rolling and rolling until you have a little end left that you will then stick down into the fabric where the tail is already sticking out. Takes a little bit of effort to poke it down in there, and the tighter you can get that part poked in, the better. Then when you've done that, flip it over, and you have your rose showing, and you have a piece of foliage showing also. And I'm going to show you several others that are done with different napkin colors and fabrics. Some are tight, some are loose. That depends a lot on the fabric and how tight you roll it. This next one is called Fleur de Lis, and that means flower of the lily. You start with a napkin like this, and then fold it into a triangle take one corner and fold it over to the center like this. Take the other corner and fold to the center to match. Then take the bottom third and fold up to on top. Then take the corners and fold it under in a straight line so it looks like this. Do the other side where it's folded under to match the left side. And then you take it in your hands like this and put it through a napkin ring. Then you take each point, your left point, and pull it down. Take your right point and pull it down. And you see that that is a Fleur de Lis. Now I'm going to show you one Fleur de Lis in a goblet. I think this is very pretty in a goblet. This next napkin folding is called a fanned bow. And you start with a napkin open and you fold the top and the bottom to meet to form a rectangle. Turn the napkin so that the shorter end is facing you. Start at the edge nearest you and start making accordion pleats. And this takes a while to do this and to try to get them as even as you possibly can. And when you get to the end, take it in the center and you have two choices. You can tie it with a ribbon, which is what we're going to do now. And then you fan out the pleats to make a bow. This is another simple one, but it changes tremendously when you change colors of napkins and put it with different plates. Now I'm going to show you one in a napkin ring. I saved the Christmas tree one to last because it's my very favorite one. And you can do it with a green napkin, or you can do it with a red napkin, or you can do it any way you want to, but you're going to make a Christmas tree out of it. So, fold your napkin into a square. Some napkins are not totally square, but they will work. Now, point the open side down to you. Take the bottom point and bring it up towards the top, not quite to the top. Do the same with the next level. And these are going to make your branches. Then the next level. And then the last level until it looks like this. Turn it for you to see. Now, put your hand on this so you don't lose your folds and flip it over like this. Now take one corner and fold it to the other side, leaving a slight point at the top. Take the other side and fold it the same way until you have a configuration that looks like this. Now turn it over again with a point facing you. Start with the top branch and flip it up. The second branch, flip it up and stick it slightly under to hold it. Next branch, same way. Stick it slightly under. Fourth branch. Try to tuck them neatly in there. Sometimes when you have a napkin that's not totally square, it's a little off at the top, but that's okay too. Then put the bottom branch in and go back to the top so it looked neat. Instead of leaving this one out like this, fold it under, tuck it under, but be sure that it is still covering that top branch. And there is your Christmas tree. Now that we have folded this one, I want to show you some ideas that are already complete. I have this red plate that I love to use at Christmas time or Valentine's or whatever. You can decorate your little Christmas tree. So here I have used a red bow that I will use at the top. It doesn't show up as much on this red plate as it would another, maybe a gold bow. You can put little ornaments on it to surround it if you want to. Another idea is, see, this is another green tree that's made the same way, but with a different color of green, and I have a different little ornament at the top. Now that we have finished talking about different ways to do napkin folding, you could get on Google and you could just type in napkin folding or Christmas napkin folding or Easter napkin folding. And there are many, many ideas that they show you on Google, and also with a video that makes it easy for you to watch how it's going. Since we have all been in with the pandemic, I think we've all been cooking more and sitting around the table more with our family. So this is a good time to pull out something different and show your family something that they can enjoy for a surprise for tonight. So thank you so much. I've loved doing this with you, and I hope you enjoy making pretty napkins.